corkscrew we have seen in previous races has been removed. Kinda. Stretched out into 3 turns with straights in between as opposed to 3 consecutive turns. Some of the corkscrew remnant still remains. Today will be Hot Wheels going up against the Majorette cars. Definitely a brand we haven't seen in a while. Mercedes-Benz and Lamborghini Gallardo will begin things today. And you can see as they head through each of the turns, we lose sight of the cars for a second, but then they dive back into view afterwards, so we'll add a little bit of suspense and mystery to the race at large. Mercedes-Benz, there's no mystery in this one. He will cross and quite a bit ahead of the Lamborghini. Dodge Challenger and the Audi A1. Audi Challenger heading down into the first turn, and they're about neck and neck. Now the Challenger really dives ahead through the first corkscrew. Audi falling way behind out of the third turn, and the Challenger wobbles a little bit at the end, up the final tiny hill towards the finish line. He will win. As you can see, the track ends with a little bit of loft, Infinity Concept in the Ford GT. Oh, and we have a situation there in the first turn. The Ford turning all about, but he's still straightened out. We have the Infinity right behind him as well. And it will be the Ford backwards by a little bit there at the end. We have Porsche, we have Range Rover. Range Rover, little bigger car on the far side, turns and tries to block the Porsche for the first turn, and he does it successfully. Here's the next turn. He's starting to separate a little bit. Porsche trying to come back there. He does on the inside line, but can't find the space after the final straight, and it will be the Range Rover. I almost said it too soon, but he does come across in time. You can see 9:22 there on the clock. We got a little bit of time to look at now. Ford F-150 and the Track Ripper. And that's going to be nice to kind of compare some of the times of the faster vehicles. F-150 diving out into the lead early and now starting to find some space. The Ripper now backwards. And the Ford F-150 is also backwards. Here's the final straight. And he goes back forward and he will cross. And we'll get to see what time that was. That looked pretty fast to me. Look at that, under 9 seconds, 8.71. And we got the Chevy Nova Wagon in the Golf. Nova Wagon keeping pace through the first straight, and he will get out into front out of the first turn, getting momentum right there. Did not get squeezed too much on the inside line. The final turn, he does hit off the side of the lane there, loses some speed. The Golf's got a chance, but he fails to capitalize. He loses control out of that final hairpin, and that's going to hurt him quite a bit. And the Nova Wagon even faster than the F-150 through that race. Jaguar F-Type and the Corvette. Jaguar finding early lead there through the first straight. Here's the corkscrews. Corvette able to be fast through those. It seems they do go out of view for a second, but the Corvette's got a chance here in the final straight. He's coming up on the right side, dodges on the inside, but there's no room for a pass. And the Corvette is not going to be able to get it. 8.83 there. Porsche, Ford Fiesta. Porsche, yellow vehicle on the near side, Ford Fiesta, black, and on the far side, as they find now the open lane there. And the Porsche has really got out in front, and it looked like he went a little sideways there into the final turn, but he does come out with control. And the Ford Fiesta, he may not even finish the race by the speed we saw before there. And the camera will pan over and see the Ford Fiesta locked in at the end of that hairpin. Porsche, pretty good time, 8.83. We got the Huracan and the Dune It Up. And Lamborghini Huracan already early into the lead here. Dune It Up needs to dune it up and race right here. He's right on the tail of the Lamborghini. Does knock into him there quickly and finds the inside line trying to come ahead. He goes to the right side, but the Huracan dodges in front, and while they're both very slow to cross the line, definitely not breaking any records in time right there. But the Dune It Up couldn't do anything of the sort. Even that last very short dune up to the finish line, nothing was happening. About 10 seconds for the Huracan. Majorette 7, Hot Wheels only 2. That would be the Porsche and the Nova Wagon. And we'll see if they can at least stay alive here through the next round. Nova Wagon, Audi A1. And Nova Wagon dives into the lead. This is the kind of thing Hot Wheels wants to see right now. Audi trying to catch up, but turns around right there and loses a lot of momentum. It's going to be tough for him to catch up backwards right now, and he will definitely not. Nova Wagon with the cross. And the Audi will stop right on top of the finish line. Camera pans up. Look at the corkscrew. That's a good time, 8.41. Nothing under 8 so far today. F-Type in the Porsche. Will any of these cars be able to break that 8-second mark? That's definitely another added feature to look for now that we have the timer there at the end of the track. And we can look for some fastest time. Porsche might have a chance right here. Very fast through all 3 turns, staying in control and ahead, and he might have done it. We won't see until the replay, but he certainly came close with an 8.52. Ooh. Maybe a little faster through the corkscrews would have been nice. Mercedes-Benz, Lamborghini Huracan. Announcing that differently every time so far. And the Mercedes-Benz, going for breaking that time record, and he's backwards already. This can't be good. The Huracan coming through, and he's got a lot of ground to cover and will not even get close. Mercedes-Benz rolling across quite slowly, I'd say, there at the last finish line. And 7, 8, and 8.66, so not even as good as the Nova Wagon previous. Ford F-150 and the Range Rover. I think the Nova Wagon has at least close to the best time today with 8.41. And there's the Ford F-150. Diving into the lead right there. Range Rover with a lot of ground to cover, but he's got time right now. He goes to the inside, but the Ford F-150 is there to block. He will cross the line in a zigzag fashion. And I don't think he'll get close to that record. Look at that, 9.37. Almost deplorable. Free pass for the Infinity Concept. 3 Majorette, Hot Wheels 2, both Hot Wheels hanging on. And now to the next round. Infinity Concept, Chevy Nova Wagon. And the Concept falling behind a little bit early. Nova Wagon looking for that record, trying to undercut 8 seconds. Looking really good through the first 3 turns and keeping control. Did go a little up on the rail right there after the 3rd curve. Does come across fast, way ahead of the Concept. And that's a Concept to wrap your head around. And the Infinity Concept slowed down to do so. Here's the time, 8.01. Literally 100th of a second away from breaking 8 seconds. What a time, though. Mercedes-Benz and the Porsche to race next. That was quite the time, however. And the Mercedes-Benz, also a very fast car out there today, but again, turning around through the second corkscrew, and that's going to lose a ton of speed. Control is a little bit lacking as well. And he will beat the Porsche, but definitely no record right here. 8.30. And if he can stay straight, he might have a chance to break that record. 8.3 while you're going backwards. Certainly not bad. Majorette 2, Hot Wheels with 1. Nova Wagon hanging on for the Hot Wheels as we head to the semifinals. Ford F-150, Chevy Nova Wagon. The Wagon has been unbelievable today. The Ford F-150 wants to close the door on the Nova Wagon. Right now, he's doing a pretty good job. Nova Wagon falling behind the 3rd corkscrew. And the Ford F-150 goes up on the rail. He can't find space. Nova Wagon with no chance as the Ford F-150 takes all his momentum. And, well, Ford F-150 with not even a bad time with all that commotion ends with an 8.54, and he'll go up against the Mercedes-Benz. Nova Wagon with the best time today by far, 8.01, yet he will not be racing in the finals. First to win 2 will take the championship. The question on the table, Will one of those cars be able to also break 8 seconds? We'll see right here. The second turn for the Ford F-150, and the Mercedes-Benz is right up on his tail and rolling. F-150 is dive bombing, spinning around. That's 3 turns, and the Mercedes-Benz, he's crossing, yes, by just a little bit. Almost couldn't get over that hill. Ford F-150 will not finish. A little bit too much loss of control there out of the third curve. No records broken here. There's a lot of battle between cars. Might have the record for the most times turned around in one race. And that would be it. They change lanes. F-150 needs the win here to stay alive. Goes for the block early on before the first curve, and he finds space out of that block into the third turn. Mercedes-Benz still trying to come back up, and the Ford F-150 has the ropes to run away, and he does pull away here at the end, and he will send it to a third race. The hood on the F-150 going up there at the end. And they will change lanes. And the Ford F-150 already finding a 90-degree set. And he will still be backwards through the third curve and still going. Hood is up on the car. Here comes the Benz. And the Benz has no momentum out of the final turn. F-150 backwards and with the hood up will cross. And unfortunately, because of the commotion of the finals between these two vehicles, no one even close to breaking 8.01, which will go to the Nova Wagon as the best time. But still, a very exciting race, and the Ford F-150 will take it home for the Majorettes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next Races and Fun episode.